Hello everyone, this is Joseph here, and today we will discuss about William Shakespeare's sonnet number 18, that is, Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Here I means the poet himself and thee means you, that means the poet's friend. So let's move to the line by line explanation of William Shakespeare's sonnet number 18. Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? This is a rhetorical interrogation in which the poet wants to answer, or the very question carries the answer. That means the poet does not want to compare his friend to a summer's day's beauty. Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds do shake the darling birds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. What is the meaning of the word temperate? Temperate means even tempered, and rough wind means stormy wind. A darling birds of May means little birds of May that bloom in the month of May. The little lovely birds that bloom in the month of May. Summer's lease means a fixed period of time in summer. Hath all too short a date means a specific time has a very short time of existence. Okay. So in the first quatrain, Shakespeare addressed to his friend and his friend's beauty through the image of summer, the best time of the year, and implies its superiority. The proposes to compare his friend to the sweet day of summer season, a summer day which is rich in plenty as well as beauty of nature is truly charming. Okay. The friend seems to possess greater loveliness and serenity than the happy summer day. And in the second, look at the second line. The poet even finds him more beautiful and attractive than the summer season. Moreover, if we look at the last two lines of the first quatrain, we can understand that it is not subject to decay, which is wrought by time to nature in summer. The lovely little birds of May are often tossed by the high winds of summer. All the graceful and lovely elements of summer too do not last long. They have a fixed time for stay and fade away in no time. But the poet's friend has a beauty that is sure to withstand the ravage of time. The poet asserts that his friend's beauty stands superior to the natural beauty of summer's day. Okay. In this first four line, the poet expresses the poet's high regard for his friend's beauty. A note of sincerity rings through them. Okay. The interrogation of the opening line is well conceived and serves to emphasize the friend's beauty. The poet's imagery of nature is here well drawn. This is marked in the brief but pointed in description that rough winds do shake the darling birds of May, The personification of winds and birds are well conceived. Though the poet proposes to compare, there is actually nothing but assertion of friend's superior beauty to whatever may be lovely in nature. Okay, this is all about the first quatrain of the poem of the sonnet, shall I compare thee to a summer's day. In the second quatrain, sometimes too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his golden complexion dimmed. Here complexion means feature, dimmed means grew pale. The phrase eye of heaven means the sun, and every fair from fair sometime declines by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. Untrimmed means uh, faded. Okay, untrimmed means faded. So let's move to the deeper meaning of these four lines. Here we can understand that a summer's day is truly rich in the plenty as well as splendor of nature. Yet it is not beyond the touch of decay or mutability which is wrought by time. The eye of heaven means the sun. Here, the sun, no doubt, is bright and sparkling in summer. Okay, its rays become occasionally scorching, unbearable. Hot means unbearable in the summer season. Okay, again, its bright golden look changes and becomes pale now and then. In fact, every natural beauty or fair is subjected to some decay or change that is inevitable. This loses its prime and luster, its original charm, under the impact of some accident or in course of time. So again, we can say that from fair to fair means all the beauty of the summer season will destroy or will be destroyed by the touch of time, destructive touch of time. Okay, so here the poet in this second quatrain, the poet represents here well the natural decay or changing that comes over every element, however lovely it originally might have been. The expression every fair from fair sometimes declines is epigrammatic and brings out sharply the inevitable decay of all things caused by time. The passage contains an apt and suggestive expression untrimmed to indicate the loss of trimming in course of time. Okay, that is all about the explanation of the second quatrain. Let's move to the third quatrain. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of the fair thou oust. What is the meaning of the word oust? That means possesses. Okay, oust means possesses. Nor shall death brag. Brag means boast. Thou one raised in his seat when in eternal lines to time thou growest. What is the meaning of the word groused? Means live perpetually. So, in the third quatrain, if we understand in a deeper sense, we can assume that this forms the concluding portion of Shakespeare's sonnet number 18. In these lines of the sonnet, which is addressed to a young man, possibly the Earl of Southampton, the poet expresses his firm hope for perpetuating his beauty in this mortal world through the power of his verse. Okay, here we can see the last line of the third quatrain, that is, when in eternal lines to time thou growest. That means eternal lines mean the poet wants to suggest the verse, evergreen verse of William Shakespeare. The analogy between the beauty of his friend and that of the summer day leads the poet simply to the glorification of the former. He finds his friend's beauty greater loveliness and serenity. He also feels this beauty imperishable. Okay, imperishable. And his friend's beauty is subjected to no decay or destruction, although every fair from fair sometime decline. The cold, cruel touch of death is unable to claim this beauty and drag it down to the dark. What is the very meaning of the third line of the third quoting? That the cold, cruel touch of death is unable to claim this beauty and drag it down to the dark, lifeless realm as victim against the enlivening effects of his verse. And the poet's friend will in fact ever live and thrive through his very verse, okay, or poetry or sonnet. Okay, you can say that through this sonnet, as long as the human race lives. So let's move to the deeper meaning of the last couplet. Couplet means two line stanza is called couplet. So long as man can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives these, and this gives life to thee. This means as long as the human race lives and loves to read this very sonnet, written in praise of his friend, will remain to celebrate his beauty. It will give him an eternal life which no ravage of time can ever take away. In this transcendent human world, he will live ever. So, what is the deeper meaning of these last quatrain and a couplet? These concluding lines are ennobled with the poet's lofty idealization of his friend and his strong faith in the enduring effect of his poetry. He asserts here triumphantly the power of his verse to withstand the wreck of time and endow his friend with an immortal beauty. This constitutes the poet's intense belief in the lasting power of his beauty. This is definitely something original in Shakespeare's and well emphasized in his other sonnets also. If we look at the sonnet number 60, there is a line, and yet two times in home my verse shall stand, praising thy worth despite his cruel hand. And if we look at the sonnet number 63, we also can witnessed that his beauty shall in these black lines be seen, and they shall live, and he in them still green. So this is the deeper meaning of the sonnet number 18. Hope you enjoyed it, and this is all about today's discussion. Let's subscribe my channel and like and share for further explanation of William Shakespeare's sonnet in a brief way.